Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the CU Network coverage of the clash between the Shawnee State Bears and the Lady Tigers. Thank you for joining us this evening, wherever you are in the world. If you were expecting to hear the soothing southern voice of Colin Shepherd today, I do apologise. He is away with the American football team, and we wish them all the best today. You've got me, Liam Morgan, here from the men's football team, stepping in, and I hope you enjoy our coverage. It's a pivotal day for the Lady Tigers to keep in touch with the front runners that are leading the pack in the Mid-South Conference. The Tigers were purring last time out with a 7-0 drubbing at the expense of Georgetown, with Agatha Nemeni being at the heart of the victory with her first hat-trick. On the other hand, Shawnee State come into today's game with back-to-back 2-0 defeats. The Tigers only have one loss to Shawnee State in the last 17 years. And a player for me to watch out for today is down as Agatha Kia, who with 12 for the season is establishing herself as one of the most lethal players in the nation. And I think we're just about ready for the players to come out to the centre circle to have their names ring out around Finley Stadium and commence the action for this evening. It's a beautiful day here today in Campbellsville. Clear skies, however, it's a bit chilly today. I've had to put a jumper on myself, so I'm hoping we'll see some frantic action today with the players on the pitch trying to keep themselves warm and trying to find the back of the net as often as possible for your entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Campbellsville University. Citizen Mayfield at Finley Stadium for tonight's Mid-South Conference matchup between the Bears of Shawnee State University and your Campbellsville University Lady Tigers. As a member of the Mid-South Conference and the NAI, Campbellsville University embraces the 5 core character values of the Champions of Character Initiative. Their respect, responsibility, integrity, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We hope that you embrace these values as you create a positive environment for everyone to enjoy today's game. And now for the starting lineups. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard from Shawnee State.
The lineups for Shawnee State coming out now.
Number 1, Leonie Heck.
In goal, Lonnie Heck.
Number 3, Hannah Sponsel.
3, Hannah Sponsel.
Number 4, Sophia Martinez.
4, Sophia Martinez.
6, Lily Simpson.
6, Lily Simpson.
7, Thais
7, Thais
Roberta.
Roberto.
9,
9,
Lucy Snyder.
Lucy Schneider.
11, Madison
11, Madison
Humble.
Humble.
12,
12,
Brenna
Brenna Woodward.
Number 19,
19,
Madison Culp.
Madison Culp.
24, Claire
24, Claire
Favre.
Falf.
Number 26, Donna
26,
Lower.
Dan Lewers.
By Natasha Adamakiwa.
And your Tigers line up now.
And now, the starting line for your Campbellsville Lady Tigers. Starting at goalkeeper, a freshman from Japan, number 30, Sasaki.
Rirei Sasaki keeping her place in goal today.
A sophomore from Sweden, number 3, Johanna.
Number 3, Joanna Starr at the back.
A graduate student from Australia, number
With her centre-back partner for today, Lauren Woodcock, number 4.
A senior from Canada, number 6, Jenna.
Number 6, Jenna Krodo.
A senior from Serbia, number 7,
Olya Ivanovic, number 7, rounds off that defensive midfield.
Number 8, Agatha Nemene.
Fresh off her hat-trick, number 8, Agatha Nemene.
South Korea, number 10, Sangmin Cha.
In that number 10 role, Sangmin Cha.
From Liberia, number 11, Angeline Pierre.
Number 11, Angeline Kier.
From Switzerland, number 14, Lena Vera.
On the left wing today, Lena Berra, number 14.
From Chesterfield, number 18, Chloe Holt.
From Campbellsville, from Kentucky, sorry. Chloe Holt, number 18.
Carolina, number 25, Natalie Wolf.
And the graduate to round off the Campbellsville team, Natalie Wolf, number 25.
Chris Churchill. And in his fourth year as head coach, Alex Adams. Now this time, I'd like to ask you to please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats and join us for invocation led by Jamie Lawrence. And please remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
There There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Jason, let's go see your room.
Welcome back to your CU Network coverage of today's game. As we see the Tigers preparing, going into their pre-match huddle. Just to clarify any last-minute tactics or to reinforce the message from coach Alex Adams. We also see the linesman getting involved there. Hopefully we won't have to talk too much about him today. We don't want any controversial decisions on his behalf. Expecting a thoroughly enjoyable game today. Although the Shawnee State Bears are 1-3 in their Mid-South Conference, they've only lost one game away from home all year. So it should be a very good clash at Finley Stadium here today. Does appear that Camelsville are lining up in an unchanged 4-3-3 with Jenna Crodo at a base of that midfield diamond, or triangle, should I say. I don't know my shapes very well. And I'll try to pick out what formation the Shawnee State Bears are playing in as soon as we get underway. The referee checking his watch. And we are ready to get the action underway. A long searching ball from Jenna Crodo towards Lena Bear. Just safely put out of play. No risk taken by the Shawnee State right back there. An early opening, maybe. Oh, a strong challenge. But the ball falls to Jenna Crodo. Opens up her body, plays it wide. to Chloe Holt. Takes a touch. Camswell enjoying early possession. Cleared away into the heart of midfield. But one back by Lena Barrow. It's a dangerous place to lose the ball there. Camswell will come away with it and restart. They take their shape. Played wide out to Chloe Holt. Hopes to return the ball back to Joanna Starr. It's a very, very wide setup from Camswell at the moment, looking to exploit those wings. Played into Natalie Wolf. She's got time and space to pick her pass. Quick play from Camswell. Barrow in behind. Can she pick out a cross? She tried to Travella, not quite come off how she would like it, but Camswell retain possession for Jenna Croder. Chloe Holt will ball back into the box. Not dealt with fully. It's dropped to Sagmin Chow on the edge of the box. Couldn't take advantage of the lackadaisical clearance. Camswell definitely loading the pressure early on. Having a lion's share of possession. However, Shawnee State on the break just couldn't get the touch into her stride. That was number 9, Lucy Schneider. Camswell playing quickly. Enjoying this possession. Again, the fullbacks enjoying a lot of wide space here in the early proceedings. Patience at the moment from the Tigers. Chloe Holt finding feet of Angeline once again. And Agatha Nameme strong to win a throw in there. Again, ball thrown back in quickly. Chloe Holt with space. Can she find a ball into the box? She does. Is there a header? I think that would go down as an effort from Lena Barrow there. Couldn't quite direct her effort goalwards. It's a passive start from the Shawnee State Bears. They're looking just to have numbers behind the ball at the moment. This is allowing Camswell to have a lot of space and time. Angeline Kera there with a sloppy ball. She got away with that. Expect better for someone of her talent, but maybe giving that Shawnee State backline a false sense of security. Again, as soon as Camswell lose possession, they manage to win it back almost immediately. Amene with the ball out wide. Finds a compatriot. Angeline Kerr squares up her man, or woman, I guess. With a ball, searching ball. Finds Croder. Oh, just past the edge of the box. That was, oh, Jovanovic, sorry. I beg your pardon. But that was the best chance of the game. And it's all Camswell in this first opening 4.5 minutes. Shawnee State options go short. Finding feet again. Only 3 passes strung together before the turnover. And Camswell regain possession again, looking dangerous with that high back line especially. Everyone getting involved in the link-up play. The back four of Camswell with a lot of time to play. And they are relishing this possession at the moment. Chloe Holt with a lot of space in front of her. She's up to throw a ball into the box. Nothing doing. Croder picks it up on the edge. Kicks it back out wide again with lots of space for Natalie Wolf. Lovely touch there from Chloe Holt. An under-hit pass allows Shawnee State to come away with possession. But looking for a ball in behind, but it wasn't really on there. Bears struggling at the moment just to get a grip in this game. Campbellsville will be looking for that early goal, the early breakthrough that could set the tone for proceedings here today. Beautiful link up. Bear racing down. Sinclair on the outside. Fakes toe. Oh, couldn't quite beat the right back for Shawnee State there. Rui Sasaki with her first touch of the game. Cool and composed as anyone out there. Chloe Holt with a lot of space, as I mentioned, in these early goings. It could be a bit of a indicator that Shawnee State could be dropping into a low block. Just suffice for letting Campbellsville have possession until they get into the Shawnee State final third. Throwing just in front of the Campbellsville home bench. Positive first touch, drives into space again. Just can't find feet, but a ricochet comes back to her. The Shawnee State player was looking for a foul there at number 7, but nothing doing in the opinion of the referee. But she's picked up the ball now, she's driving, she's retained possession well. Can she win something out of this situation? She's unlucky there, she did quite well, but just the bodies and the numbers not quite there for Shawnee State at the moment. Samuel Chow picks up the ball. Done well to keep, drops it back into the path of bearer. Fires it out wide to the right back. Ball into the box. Back to goal, Samuel Chow. Brilliant searching ball. Oh, best chance of the game so far. Has dropped to Kia. You would expect her to put that away, but brilliant play from Campbellsville. It's a close range header, but nothing doing in terms of the scoreline changing. One thing I noticed so far is that Angeline Kerr is no longer donning her red hair. Just gone to dye a bleached blonde for today's action. Captain Lily Simpson on the ball now. That time a foul is called on a Campbellsville captain, Jenna Crowder. It's the first real opportunity that the Bears have had to get up the pitch and really have any kind of possession. Lower stops to go long, but dealt with brilliantly from the Campbellsville centre half. Sam Michelle with space to turn on a halfway line. Fires Bear out wide. Again, play restarted from Campbellsville quickly. That seems to be part of their game plan today, to get the ball moving. A third cross of the game comes into the box, but it's slightly overhit, allowing Shawnee State to clear. Shouts of good, Chloe, as she picks up the ball after the clearance, but possession relinquished again from Campbellsville. This time, the Bears are able to get it under control, but only momentarily again. Sam Chara attempting to play the ball into the feet of the Campbellsville striker. Just slightly, either they were not on the same wavelength or it was misplaced pass there. Both teams seem to be content with the style of play in the first 10 minutes. Camelsville just making the ball do the work at the moment, whereas Shawnee State are dropping back, just keeping their shape in what appears to be a 5-back at the moment. However, number 9 picks the ball up. Effort a goal. Tame one at best. Brilliant switch there, allowing freeing up. Camelsville right back, giving her space and time. Looking for a ball over the top, but cut out by Sophia Martinez. Ivanovic picks it up, edge of the box, searching ball. Oh, it's an own goal. Yeah, don't like to see that. Number 24, Claire Favre. You fell for her. It was all about the searching ball from Olga Ivanovic there. But it has to go down on the score sheet, unfortunately. The opening goal today is one in the wrong net. You feel for the defender in situations like that. They have to go for the ball. It was such an inviting cross. If she didn't get something on it, I'm sure Kara behind her would have tucked it away. It's an awkward situation to be in, but the Tigers are 1-0 up nevertheless. As we have another look. Such a searching ball. She had to play it. Maybe she could have looked to clear and play the way she was facing, but it just ricochets off her head. And now her head is in her hands. Ori Coriel coming onto the pitch. Shawnee State to try and change what's transpired in the last 13 minutes of this game. They've been overrun. They're overrun again from kickoff there. Camelsville playing so much quicker. It's a speculative effort there from Kara. And I think, I haven't really got anyone here to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's 2 points if that happens in American football when it goes through the posts from a kick. Could be wrong and everyone's laughing at me, but I guess we'll never know. I'll find out afterwards. Again, play restarted quickly from Camelsville. The goalkeeper, Sasaki, joining in play again. Very comfortable with her feet, picking out her left back. I've just been informed by the cameraman that I do know my American football. Sam Chan behind, just can't quite reach it. The minute in behind. Can she work something out of the situation? She wins a corner for her team. First corner of the day. As we bear a go out to take it. An in-swinging corner, this one, I think. We've seen the Bears have some issue with crosses thus far. Could this be another opening for the Lady Tigers? Ball swung into the box. Dealt with by Shawnee State. The fan not quite happy about the decision there from the ref. The first time ball didn't quite come off there for the right back. That's just entered proceedings. Maybe she's not up to scratch with the pace of the game. Could take a while to get into things. Composure on the ball there from Olga Ivanovic. Taking her time to pick out the width that Campbellsville have got going on at the moment. Face shot from Barra. Runs into traffic though as she loses the ball. And the ref's given a free kick, maybe for handball. If it's not handball, it's very soft. Because I couldn't quite work out what's going on from up here. It's a great switch into the feet of Teos Roberto. But dealt with. The first piece of real defending the Campbellsville have had to do, they've done it sublimely. Angeline with a high press. Just gets mixed up there with the number 8. Probably the longest spell of possession that the Bears have had. Well worked there from Humble to keep possession. Oh, that's a bounce of ball. She's done very well there, Lolverse. With Angeline Kara bearing down on you like that, it's never easy, but she's worked her way out of a tight situation very well. Tasha Roberto seems to be the brightest spark at the moment down there for the ladies in dark blue. If they're looking to have a reply to the own goal, I think we could see it come through her. Ah, gorgeous play there from Bearer. She frees up Sangmin Shah. Returns to Bearer. She's got space in front of her. Lays it off to Ivanovic, who sees the Mene on the wide. Forced out a bit wider than she would have liked. Searching ball into the box again. Not really dealt with by the substitute. Coriel, as it comes back, it's the Crotto with the effort. Just over the bar. Had the goalkeeper interested. She wasn't too sure, but I think she had it covered in the end, as it was always rising. Martinez on the ball, taking her time. Oh, she's tried the dummy there, Angeline. But Sam Mitchell wasn't quite on the same wavelength there. Maybe she would be better served just taking it into her stride, trying to spin and work a chance. She tried the artistic approach. It didn't quite. Possession retained from Culp there. Done very well as it's kicked out to Roberto again. But dealt with expertly by Natalie Wolf. Excellent give and go there. But the ball is just zipping off that surface. Couldn't quite catch up to the pace as it goes out for a Campbellsville throw. Deep in their own territory. As we see a replay here of the effort from the Campbellsville captain. Just drifting a bit higher. They will repeat the trick with a second throw in quick succession. Saminchat under the pressure, but she plays out very well and finds the feet of graduate Lauren Woodcock. Don't seem to be phased when that ball is in and around the backline Campbellsville. The ball is broken here to Angeline Kara, kicked out wide to number 8 Namene, returned back to her compatriot but couldn't just take it into stride. Ivanovic has taken it. Great hold found on the wing. Just couldn't execute the cross to perfection there. Dragged it a little bit wide and it's ended up safely in Lonely Heck, number 1 for Shawnee State's hands. It's a brave header, but possession was picked up by Crodo there, but given away straight away. Oh, she's just been dilly-dallied on the ball there. Kerr opens up her body. Oh, it's going for the far corner, but couldn't quite find the curl needed to execute and find that top corner. Time and space for Simpson to get a head up really for the first time to pick her pass out to the wide left wing back Roberto. Possession relinquished relatively easily again from Shawnee State. They kind of need to regroup and have a reset because they are not finding their feet at the moment. Looks to break the line here, number 19. Searching ball, but nothing doing, as there was no one really in and around the 18-yard box to pounce on any loose balls. Ball just checking out a play there. Shawnee State throw. And again. It's in a very congested area at the moment. Who's going to come away with that ball? And it is the Tigers in the form of a throw-in. Played quickly, working the line and gaining a couple yards just from throwing the ball up the line. And now they've earned the right to play backwards and keep possession with the space. Ball zipped out right, the left wing back comes to close down. Sandwich have a loose touch, possession relinquished. Cut out of a ball in behind with a weaker left peg. But Angeline wasn't just quick enough to react and bring that down. It would have been a hard, hard touch if she could somehow manage to get it under. Lucy Schneider done well to keep play in, but it was only for the number 10 of Council, Samrin Tad, to pick up possession at her expense. Another free kick has been given for a reason. While I'll leave it up to your imagination at home. First time Shawnee State have got in behind here. Joanna Stahl sold. Eventually cleared, kind of, still in the box. Just guided away from goal by the two Council defenders. And a shout of keeper from Rirei Sasaki. Sucks any pressure out of that attack that there may have been. Top draw distribution there to find a winger. Ah, sublime touch. Something we've become accustomed to seeing through Angeline Kara. It's a lovely tackle from the number 26 of Shawnee State. Looks to be Roberto that's taking a bit of a knock there. As the clock ticks over 20 minutes, Camels have been on the front foot for the majority of this game. Yet to be troubled. However, there's yet to be much work done by the number 1 in goal for Shawnee State. Lonely Heck, apart from to pick the ball out of her goal from the own goal. So we could see some more shots being taken soon to try and see if they can trouble the keeper between the sticks today in that luminescent yellow strip. Crodo with acres of space kicks it out wide. So she looks to kickstart this attack. Sammy Chow breaking through the middle, but wasn't quite seen. She was seen too late from Natalie Wolf there. As Heck picks up the ball. Ball sails over the halfway line, lost in the sun, it looks like. Oh, bounce of the ball just catching out. The Camels were right centre half there. Just pressured out of play for another Camels will throw in. Natalie Wolf again with a lot of space so the ball can be shifted out to her. Sasaki opts to go to the other side with a lovely switch of play back out to the right back, Chloe Holt, who's been fully involved in this first half. Brilliantly worked there from the Mene to win back possession momentarily, and she's done it again. It's lovely to see the recovery runs from the right winger there, helping out her fullback. Brings the team so much energy when they all work in unison. Quick first time ball from Bearer, placing Sammy Chan behind. But Lovas was aware and alert to the danger, stepped across and just cleared her lines, put it out for a throw in. It's a loose touch from Crodo. Sure State a capitalist, but it's very well won back. Strong challenge in there. They're flattening her man there, but couldn't quite retain possession after the ball had a run past her. Shawnee State getting into the swing of things now. Just a lapse of concentration for the Mene there. Maybe a bit of tiredness seeping in after that great recovery work on the back foot. Very tight situation to get out of with 3 players breathing down her neck. Nearly executed their little 3-touch turn, but picked up again by Cambersville. Sasaki with a pinpoint ball out, but it's been played back in field. It's a mix-up in terms of communication. Shawnee State going to not keep this in play as it goes out for a Cambersville throw-in. With the venom in that attack being quelled again.
Entering the game for Campbellsville, number 9, Jessie Bryson, and number 15, Isabel Preslich.
Canadian Jessie Bryson coming on at right wing. Isabel Preslich as well coming on at centre mid. She's been very good in her cameos thus far this season, being used as an impact sub from the bench. Let's see if she can have any joy and maybe produce a goal here today. With 15 minutes left in this first half. Number 14, Amanda Silva, coming onto the pitch in that middle of the park. One back high up the pitch from Shawnee State. Tries to clip it in behind. Nothing doing. And that is... Will that go down as a shot? I'm not too sure. I think that'll be their first or second shot of the day. Should I have a look? I think I will. Long ball well dealt with. That slide tackle on this Astro has got to hurt. Possession one back high up the pitch. Bear showing her pace. Can she cut it back to Bryson? She tries it, but wasn't quite played into her stride. Often you see players take shorter strides when they go into the box so they get their feet sorted out quicker. But on that occasion, Bryson's legs were not long enough to take the ball into her grasp. And I think that did go down as a shot, the second shot for Shawnee State of the game. I think that's quite generous. Ref has given a free kick for a late lunge on that play, and I've just dropped my pen. This gives Shawnee State a chance to maybe load the box and test the Campbellsville defence, especially facing this sun. See Lauren Woodcock there putting her hands up to shield it. It's dropped dangerously, but well claimed from Sasaki. This allowed Campbellsville to break. Ah, great ball down the line. Frees up Angeline Cara, but a lovely tackle from the 26. Dan Lovers there. She's had a very good game thus far, keeping the counter attackers relatively quiet, despite being on the wrong end of the 1-0 scoreline. Link up play down that left-hand side between Bear and Kerr is sometimes lightning quick, but on that occasion, wasn't quite on the same page. Ivanovic relinquishes possession as Roberto comes away with it. Tries to play it in behind, but Chloe Holt there to sweep up the danger again. And it's wonderfully played out. Regrouped from Campbellsville, back in their shape as it's sprayed out wide to the left wing of Bear again. Bit of pinball going on in that midfield, but Shawnee State come away with the ball. And they break the midfield line just about with that ball. And Gina style. Very clearance slash a pass. Just Bryson beats a man. As she plays. Kira in behind, the keeper's coming late. She slid, she can't get there. Is the ball into the box? Is anyone there to finish? God, they've got away with it. And they can break here, Shawnee State. They're breaking the midfield line. But the 19, Madison Cole, opts to play safe. Plays laterally. And that leads to Campbellsville getting numbers back behind the ball and recovering possession on this occasion. Chloe Holt again with space in front of her. And finds the feet of her captain, who checks her shoulders, can turn out, and a quick spray, switching sides, really shifting this Shawnee State defence, making the ball do the work as she opens up again. It's a flat back five at the moment as Jessie Bryson squares on man, goes inside to Angeline Kara. And again, it's a very, very good battle between them two. Oh, sent to the shops though. As Angeline opens up a body and claimed by the keeper, well held. An early distribution into that sunlight. Done very well to deal with it there. The number 10, Carlito Ipina Taylor. was swept up again by Lauren Woodcock. A mainstay in that Campbellsville back line. Composed as ever. To find her fullback. And Wolf drives inside. And does that. Oh, the ref's got well in the way there. There's nothing much you can really do about it. At least, I think he is the reason for the turnover of the ball there. The substitute from Shawnee State, number 10 there. But floats harmlessly through to the keeper. Rirei Sasaki hasn't really been troubled in any sense of the word so far. But lost possession from Preslich there. That's meant that Shawnee State. There's a lot of pinballing going about. So many turnovers in possession. It shows the frantic nature of this game. Actually picks up again, battles well against two people and retains possession. Often you find that the best forms of defence starts from that front line. And Angeline with the battle there just embodies that message. The pace of Barra just beats her, man. She uses her strength as well to nicely work an opportunity, but a recovery meant that it's been cleared for a Campbellsville throw-in high in Shawnee State territory. Angeline tees herself up, goes for the overhead kick. Couldn't quite get enough on it. That would have been spectacular. Slung again from Heck. Dealt with once again very well from the person that forced that opening goal. Arya Ivanovic. Natalie Wolf keeps the ball in play, but will it drop to a Shawnee State player? No, it won't. Swept up by the number 6. Presence researching, ball in behind. Can Bryson keep it in? No. The flight just took it away from her. And we have some substitutes coming onto the field for the Lady Tigers. Natalie Wolf and Ari Ivanovic making way for this guy will tell me. Jada Brown coming onto the pitch. And Sydney Martin coming on as well for that double substitution. A loose goal kick. Brown with an early touch after coming in. Couldn't quite get it under control. Brilliantly worked from Simpson there, but the work rate of this Campbellsville side have meant that every time they do lose the ball, they win it back so quick. Sasaki with a loose piece of distribution. It's the first real error of the day. But again, the unity of that Campbellsville side, they all know their roles and responsibilities and they win it back so quickly. Gonna try to free up her teammates there. A ball over the top. Wasn't quite executed correctly. But she wins the ball back. Expert every time that Cows will lose the ball. Their reactions are so positive to win that ball back. And on that occasion, it was an unforced error. To put the ball out for a throw-in, that means that Cows will get the ball back in their control. As the clock ticks down into the last 5 minutes of this first half, I think both teams will be content. Maybe Shawnee State the happier of the two, despite being one down on the scoreboard, because it could have been much, much more. It could even go in at 1-0. They would take a lot of pride from that and a lot of heart it would need for them to get back into this game fully. As they make another substitution to inject a bit of energy for this last 5 minutes. And that is number 16, Lucia Arbide coming into proceedings. Brilliant touch. She looks to whip the ball back into the box, into a dangerous area, but Chloe Holt picks it up with no one really around her. And the coolness of Sasaki just to play out. Having Sasaki between the sticks, like having an extra defender back there, almost employing that quarterback role with her balls forward. She's so comfortable with the ball at her feet. The free kick is just given away from Shawnee State. Crodo looking to play a ball in behind. Just cut off by the number 4, Sofia Martinez. Back to goal. Done very well to work it out of that situation. As they keep possession, Shawnee State shifting it out wide to that right-hand side. Cutting inside. Roberto done very well to keep possession. A hooked ball into the box. Dealt with expertly from Campbellsville. As Hannah Sponsel takes a pop at goal, but nothing that will trouble Rie Sasaki. She puts her hat on that, so to speak. She's done very well to win something out of that situation, Kara. Man up. Oh, man was behind Senna Crodo, but she won the 50-50 there, comes away with possession. A loose ball from Chloe Holt. Some could say that she meant it as Jenna Crodo comes away with possession. Go down as a pass completed for Chloe Holt nevertheless. Tried the reverse ball there out to Jada Brown, but it was turned over and intercepted. Probably the right decision there from the referee to give a foul. Just stepped across the number 14 there, did Joanna Stahl. Don't really want to be giving away free kicks at this late period in the half. However, it's not really a dangerous position, so to speak. So she won't be too concerned as long as Council can deal with this long ball that will come forward. Shawnee State make another substitution. As it will be number 22, Amber Wenham. I think the most troubled Campbellsville have been so far in this first half defensively has been with the sun in their eyes, mainly. It's about all that's really come of the Shawnee State attack. As Crodo plays out of danger very well, cool and composed. As does Sydney Martin. Oh, a strong tackle. I think Shawnee State player has been called for the foul. I think she's come off a bit worse for wear. As with 41 seconds left on the clock, the referee has asked for it to be paused. Now this is a free kick with a bit more danger, in a dangerous position. About 10 yards inside the touchline. And about 15 yards outside the box. Can Lauren Woodcock find a teammate's head? Or you never know, could be another own goal. Just hooked a little bit. Shawnee State had 36 seconds for a counter-attack here. Sydney Martin does very well to get behind the ball, just stand up her man and force the error. I think Campbells will be very happy with how the first half has gone. Not so much the scoreline, but the play itself. I'm sure Coach Adams will be chuffed. This Woodcock looks for a long ball in behind, maybe. It's played in towards the head of Kara, but that'll be all she wrote for the first half here today. As the teams go in with Campbellsville 1 up. Hopefully for them, they will come out in the same sort of stead, be on the front foot as we rejoin the action in 15 minutes time for some more action here on the CU Network.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter which you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I spend with them, it doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try and to teach them. When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
When I got the opportunity to get her, there wasn't no choice. I told myself, I'm gonna take custody of my daughter. It's my baby. That's what we're supposed to do as men. Take care of our home, build a foundation, you know what I'm saying? Love, our money, she's my purpose. I'm here to walk with her, hold her hand until she can walk alone. Ain't nothing like being a father in this world.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you. Get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I tell my son, I love you every single day.
I love you.
Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Jason, let's go see your room.
No, that's not right. How was it? Is it good?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CU Network coverage of the game between the Lady Tigers and the Shawnee State Bears. We're going to rejoin you. Had a comprehensive outing in that first 45 minutes. As we see a replay of this first goal, the defender there, number 20 for Claire Favour. She just gets her feet a bit mixed up. She has to play the ball in her defence, but it just ends up in the back of the wrong onion bag. Trying to see if there was any changes made at the end, between the end of that first 45 minutes and the start of this second half. But I can't really tell. The thing that stands out is Bearer in left back for the moment. It shows how attacking the Tigers have been. Shawnee State's Amanda Silva is ready to get the second half underway here at Finley Stadium. Possession already given away. Samincha, good link up with the Mene as she finds her Liberian compatriot on the half turn. Kara drifting in field, chops back. Oh, that's to time that challenge correctly, otherwise it was going to be a penalty. She gets the ball into the box, fires at the back post, just won't carry to Jessie Bryson at that back stick. Oh, it's a loose ball. Lemene, will she take a shot, a goal? No, reverse ball into Kara. Can she slot it home? Fired straight to the keeper. Will there be a rebound? No. As Shawnee State come away with the ball. It's probably the best chance that Kara's had, bar her header early on in that first 45 minutes. Natalie Wolf in a race with the ball. Will she make it? Just escapes her and runs out of play on that occasion. But that was a brilliant chance in the first minute of this second half for Camwellsville. And I'm sure Kia will be frustrated at herself for not making that her 13th for the season. Bearer making that underlapping run. Oh, it's just a bit overhit, but her pace might lead her to get there. But screened out of play very well. And she's retained possession, number 6. Dan Lewis. She's played very well thus far. Again. But she is on the losing side at the moment. She needs her teammates to help her out on this occasion. Oh, it's a loose ball, 50s. Oh, that's a painful one. I think the ref's gonna... The ref looked like he was going to stop the play, but no, they're carrying on with two Camels players out of the picture for now. However, Shawnee State forced to give up possession there. Sasaki with the ball at her feet once more. The left peg this time tries to... I think she thought Nemene was in a wider position than she was, but she was tucked inside upfield. Samin Cha with a late shoulder into the back there. That gives Shawnee State a chance to relieve the pressure and step further up the pitch. It'll be Lewis with the ball into the box. I finally worked out how to say her name. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I guess we'll never know. Just clipped it in into a searching area. Bit of danger. Ooh, and I don't think the referee and the linesman are agreeing on this. The linesman appears to give a goal kick, but the ref has overruled him and signalled for the first corner for Shawnee State of the day. If there's a goal from this, I am sure the Camwellsville team will not be impressed with the referee's decision there. Ball whipped into the box. Sasaki claims. No stress. Quick distribution. Again, pinpoint to Kier. Opted to flick it on. I think she thought that Roberto was further up behind her, but she just stepped off, wait for Kier to flick the ball on, and recovered possession for her team. But ultimately, again, has been the story of the match so far. Cammersville have won it back quickly, and they now have a throw-in about 5 yards away from the halfway line. Maybe 10. Crodo just stronger than our opponent there, just to poke a toe at it. The ball breaks that midfield line. Stahl caught flat-footed, but recovered after a loose touch by Ivanovic. And a quick first-time ball from Sasaki out to Jessie Bryce. And that is the brilliance of Rirei Sasaki. And that is a big part of why she is the first choice at the moment. That distribution just brings so much to that Cammersville team. Turns defence into attack so quickly. Pair of a ball down the line. Nemene with a little inside shot, but she can't quite complete her arc and recover the ball. But she's working back hard once again and forces the error. The ball comes back to her. Plays a first-time ball into her Liberian compatriot once again. Drops into Samuel Chow, who sprays it along the floor out to the wide right area. But Roberto with an excellent interception once more. And the ball on that far side has gone out for a Shawnee State throw-in. Natalie Wolf plays quickly. Gives Joanna Stoll time on the ball as she drops it back to her keeper, Rirei Sasaki, who's pressured there by the Shawnee State striker. But cool once again. Wilcock just checking her shoulders, knowing that the man that pressed Sasaki was still there, coming to press her. So she clipped it long into the feet of Nemena, who's worked very well to manoeuvre some space and find Cha, who herself can play. Kier in behind. Ball flashed across the face of goal, but dealt with by Roberto once more. It'll be an in-swinger from Simon Cha. Just to whip this ball in towards the area. The Cammersville players are congested around the keeper. Sort of impairing her vision is Lauren Woodcock. It's fired in. There's a head on it, but it's not dealt with fully. Ivanovic with a swing and a miss there of her left peg. Possession will be recovered from Natalie Wolf, who can find the corner taker, Sangmin Cha, but she relinquishes possession in a dangerous area. If they can play this right to the far side. And it has worked their way up, but cut out from Joanna Stahl. Important interception from the Swede. Shrugged off is Natalie Wolf. This is played into Silva. Joanna Stahl there to fault her once again. This time Roberto with an inviting ball in, but Sasaki again tells her defenders, I've got it covered. As she comes away with the ball in her hands. Takes the time for a player to get up the pitch. And again, expertly picks out Jessie Bryson. Pinpoint stuff from the Japanese freshman. Great ball, driven into the feet at number 11, Madison Humble. But it's just that Campbellsville pressure forces that turnover so quickly. Camelsville getting a lot of joy down this left side in the first 9 minutes of this half. Crodo hesitates on the ball but makes the right decision. She finds space on this left side once again. Played up the line to Nemene, who's beaten her man for pace. And another one. Can she cut it back? She finds Kia and a goal. The link up between the two Liberians is unmatched. Kia just dropping off of the defender. And Nemene saw it, brought it back towards the penalty spot. And she has her 13th goal of the season as she runs over towards that home bench. Little bit of a train celebration. And she is steamrolling her way to becoming that Camelsville top scorer for this season, as are Camelsville steamrolling this game. The Korean etched all over the face of Angeline Kier as she gets her name on the score sheet. Federica Natumba coming on for Shawnee State, and Ori Coriella has been reintroduced into the game. As we have a helicopter flying overhead. Don't quite know how that's relevant, I do apologise. As Natalie Wolf gives possession away cheaply, Roberto finds the feet at the number 9, but swept up by Jenna Crodo. Bearer, confidence just to drift past the freshly introduced Coriel. But she can't quite find Sang-Min Cha, who would have loved to pick the ball up in that space. She had acres in front of her. Again, if there is going to be a Shawnee State reply, I think it's going to come through that left-hand side with Roberta. Or is it Roberto or Roberto? Roberto, I do apologise. Wonderful feed from Jessie Bryson there, as she frees up the entirety of the pitch for a switch of play. Lena Barrow with a reverse ball, which found Sang-Min Chow. Sang-Min Chow with a little reverse ball of her own. Beautiful link up from Camelsville. Is Jessie Bryson onside? She is deemed offside, which puts a halt to that attack. Don't quite think it was that far up the pitch, but the referee doesn't seem that bothered about it. Big header from Jenna Crodo. She is a true warrior. I'm sure many of you have seen the photos of her eye gash that she endured on an away trip earlier on this season. But that didn't faze her. She got stitched up. She was right back into the play, and that's just kind of the player that she is. And that is a Camelsville throw-in. As we... it's a loose ball! Dealt with by Joanna Starr as she goes long. What I was saying before is that as we enter the 60-minute mark in this match, it's where you'll fully begin to see it unfold. There's some tired legs out there. And it's going to be a pivotal portion of the play between the 60th and 70th minute mark. Shawnee State can kick it out wide. They don't. Oh, it's a very speculative effort, and I think that's 2 more points. Another pinpoint kick from Rirei Sasaki. Getting the team up the pitch. Possession turner. Oh, it's a very loose square ball. But they've got away with it, that Shawnee State back line. Lena Dunford. Oh. She doesn't complain about it, but from my angle, it looked like it rolled up her legs and straight off her face, but the referee saw it differently. He did have a better view than me, in all honesty. So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt in that situation. So the ball's clipped into a dangerous area. Very well up. Abera cleans up the second ball. It's a good chance for Campbellsville to break here. Oh, that's a very good ball inside from the Mene. I'm sure we'll be brimming with confidence after that assist. Bryson looks to come inside, sees the space and drives for it. Opts to lay it off to Ivanovic, who finds the fit of Krodo. She drives. Will she have a shot? She does not. Again, the joy coming in the wide areas, shifting it quickly from Campbellsville. And they're stretching that Shawnee State defence. Sandwich over a little clip ball in behind. Roberta looks to shield it out of play. She knew that wasn't going to go, so just pops it out for a throw-in down close to that corner flag. Taken quickly. Jessie Bryson back to Natalie Wolf, who I think was offside, but the linesman doesn't see it that way. Great ball, breaking the lines into Sang-Ming Chow, back post. Kia there for her second of the game. With a trustful, as well to round things off, as well as having an abundance of tricks and skills. She has a large repertoire of celebrations as well, and she needs it, having scored 14 this year already. Make it another celebration, or why don't you enjoy your moment, Angeline? Lucy Schneider and Madison Culp re-entering the fray for Shawnee State. But at 3-0 down, I think the game has run away from the Bears. Unless there is a highly unforeseen event. Mene with a kick towards the corner flag. It just popped out of play from Coriel. Throwing taken quickly in towards the feet of Kier. And why wouldn't you give it to her? She's in such great form. You never know what she could produce. Space on that right side if Koda can play it out wide, and she does. Another throw-in for Campbellsville in the identical position from the last. Natalie Wolf will now take another throw-in from exactly the same position. Make that 3 in a row. Jessie Bryson falls backwards, but in no sense was there anything erratic about that pass. Cool and composed, back to her left centre half. Now Nemene with a chance to run. Kier, 1-2, back to Nemene. Just couldn't quite get her feet sorted out as the ball rolls between her legs. And linesman, that has gone out of play, and he has seen it. That'll be Bear taking this throw in. As I think we can see a replay of this goal. Samuel stood up towards the back post. Think, yeah, as soon as she gets in that position, there's only one outcome, and that is nestling in the back of the net. Lois will look to clip this into a dangerous area. She goes long once more. And the resultant outcome will be a goal kick. Some more substitutions coming on for Shawnee State. Taylor and Drinkwater coming on for Shawnee State. Touch out of a body played down the line from Natalie Wolf. Fired into the feet of Ivanovic, who frees up Kier. The lightning fast feet causing all sorts of trouble for the defender. Simpson finds feet of Roberto, who can free up Natumba. Natumba with a pace. Still standing up very well. The referee's given a free kick in a dangerous area. Could this be the opening that Shawnee State need to kickstart their recovery in this game? Rio Sasaki demanding a 4-woman wall here. As it flows harmlessly past the Japanese keeper's near post. She plays short once again. A high press coming in though. She put Woodcock in a little bit of danger. But she plays it out supremely well. Great touch from Olya Ivanovic on her chest there. But couldn't find an adequate pass to match that touch. They've maintained their whip throughout. Cam was always brilliant to see. Utilising those wings. They know they have the players with the pace and the precision to do so. And that the midfield and the centre halves have been on a swivel, constantly playing from side to side, and that is why they've experienced so much joy here today. Kier's just left it, not quite on the same page as their teammates there. But a Campbellsville throw will be the result as they opt to make their first substitution of the second half. And it will be I can't quite see. I think that is Bethan Boyle from Middlesbrough in at centre mid. But I can't quite tell who's gone off. Maybe Sang Min Cha. Sang Min Cha for Bethan Boyle. Maybe to inject some more life into that Campbellsville midfield, keep things ticking over and produce maybe another spark of brilliance to put the Tigers 4-0 up. Bear showing great versatility to fill in at left back here today. Not a favoured position, but she's had an outstanding day as thus far. It's a chopping challenge that sees Captain Lily Simpson go down and stay down for a little bit. It's been a frustrating day for her in the middle of the park. She hasn't really been able to get the ball down and play the way that she would like to. But that is credit to that lethal Campbellsville midfield. An effort from range. Oof. It's more than worth a go, and I think that had Sasaki scrambling at one point, but she had it covered as it floated high and wide, but only just. Probably from 30 yards out, but it was one of Shawnee State's best efforts of the game. The ball's dropped for Jessie Bryson here, who can slip Angeline Carey in behind. The ball is racing away from her. Will she be able to win something here? Just usher that play. Oh, that's a tough landing. I think that was Lewis, who's had such a great game, but smashed straight into that padded concrete wall. The referee having a word with Kia there. And Alex Adams sprinting down the touchline to make sure there was no booking issued. It would have been extraordinarily harsh if there was a card brandished by today's referee. And there wasn't, and that's the correct decision. Roberta looking to play quickly here. Try and revitalise this Shawnee State side. And maybe spark some kind of recovery. Brilliant touch from Natalie Wolf out wide. Looks centrally to find Kia with an excellent touch. Kicked out to Jessie Bryson. Cuts inside onto her unfavoured left foot. And Corrado switches once more, just shifting the back line of the Shawnee State. Bearer beats one. She's going to have an effort at goal. No, she beats another player. There's a girl coming up behind her. And her pocket's just robbed. Trying to start taking no risks. Sees the ball tapped out of play for a Shawnee State throw-in. Campbellsville can't afford to become complacent here. It's been a thoroughly professional performance up to this stage. But any lapse in concentration, you would feel would be capitalised by this. Shawnee State side have been starved of chances up to this point. But they do have the ball in and around the box right now. But dealt with by a combination of the defensive line and their goalkeeper, Riri Sasaki. But a loose touch from Bearer means that their possession's coming back the other way. Ball swung into the box. Half dealt with by Woodcock. There was someone gambling at the back post for a late run. Could have been a different outcome, but instead, Campbellsville will settle for a goal kick. Plays short once more. So the cool and composed Woodcock. It looks long. Bryson tried the flick on. But swept up. Reclaimed by Ivanovic. Quick 1-2 with Boyle. Boyle working hard to get goal side and makes the interception. And wins possession very well. Can she win it once more? She's won the throw. She's done very well there. She was favourite, and she wasn't favourite in either of those situations. But comes away with the throw-in. And Amene spins in behind, bearing down on the right centre half. Step over, breaks free, and that's got to be a penalty. Oh, referee. If the scoreline was a little bit different, I'm sure there'll be an uproar about that, but being 3-0 up, it doesn't seem to be much of an issue made. I'm pretty sure Angeline Kia is asking the question as she swings the ball into the box for Bryson, but she thought Nemene was coming in behind her. It'd be interesting to see that back, because I was convinced that Nemene nipped the ball around her opponent and she was swiped there. I'm pretty sure Kia was on the ball asking the linesman how it wasn't a penalty as we were still playing. But we carry on. With 17 minutes left on the clock. With nothing on, Shawnee State go back to their keeper, who plays quickly. They need to have some kind of urgency here with the time ticking away if they are to salvage a result from this game. But it's an extraordinarily steep hill to climb. Yeah, dropping back, but also dropping the ball straight to number 21, Robin Drinkwater. But once again, expertly diffused by the Cambersville back line. Boyle kicks out to Nemene. The ref's given a corner as the Shawnee State player was convinced that it was a goal kick as he shielded it out of play. But the referee has signalled for a corner that will be taken by the Cambersville left back. Oh, no, it might not be as. I think that'll be Lena Berra's race run for today. She's put in a very good shift. Chloe Holt coming back onto the pitch. And Alba Vega coming onto the pitch. Cambersville looking to ensure this clean sheet lasts to the end of the match. As we see Brett getting right in the way of the corner. Clipped in. Oh. Picked up by Nemene, back to goal. This is played wide again. Crowder plays quickly out of her feet into Bryson. Looks to come inside. Finds it. It's brilliant football from Cambersville. Boyle picks it up and again quickly sprays it wide. Jenna looks for a screamer. Oh, it's in the bar! What a supreme effort from the Canadian captain. Obviously not the captain of the Canada national team. She's Canadian and the council captain. Oh, we're having another look at this. Oh, it's an out-and-out penalty. Referee, you're going to be looking at this with despair. You've made an awful decision, my friend. I'm supposed to be impartial, but that's ridiculous. And I'm sure Kia will be frustrated that she couldn't get a hat-trick from the penalty spot, because that is a stonewall penalty. But Cambersville still look the most threatening. As Natalie Wolf picks the ball up on this near left side. Swings will win. Will it carry towards the back post for Bryson? Flick on from Ivanovic, but rolled offside. I'm sure that's another tight one. That one again from the sweet Joanna Stoll. There's been nothing, no spare change going about up top. It's been constantly cleared up. There's been no charity dished out. And that reflects on the scoreline. I think that wall is a little bit close. They are maybe 2 yards away from the ball right now. And they're being moved back by the referee. Zoya gonna have an effort at goal. No, she clips it into an area. Ricardo gets her head on it. Can't quite direct it into that right-hand corner. Straight into the palms of Leonie Heck. The ref's given a foul for a high foot, I think. But there was no one around Stahl there. She had every right to play at the ball. Very well up from Albervay. Brilliant challenge. As Chloe Holt comes away with the ball. Jessie Bryson frees up Angeline Kier. One-on-one with the defender. Skips around her. She falls very wide. Can she make something out of this situation? As Campbellsville bodies are flooding into the box. But very well dealt with once again from Dan Lewis. She's had a great game. Despite being 3-0 down, she's played very well. It's not an easy challenge to come up against that lively Campbellsville front three. But she's executed it the best she can. And that's the effort from Jenna Croto from way down the pitch. As they say, to win the lottery, you do have to buy a ticket. You can't win the ticket. You can't win the raffle without buying a ticket. She bought a ticket, and her number was maybe one too high or one too low. Shawnee State making another pair of substitutions. Number 16, Lucia Arbide. And I think that was number 24 coming back onto the pitch. The unfortunate owner of that first Campbellsville goal. I'm sure she doesn't want it, but it's hers nonetheless. Brilliant header from Boyle. Oh, the header wasn't directed anywhere close to where Claire Frave, I'm really sorry, Favre, I'm just going to call her number 24, Claire, sorry. Isabel Preslich comes back onto the pitch. And Sydney Martin reintroduced as well for this final 10 minutes here under the lights at Finley Stadium. Searching ball from Natalie Wolf. But Leonie Heck does very well. And the ref's given another foul from a push in the back from Jenna Croto. Someone in the crowd liked it as they screamed, "Good job, Jenna." However, a trainer is required here as the referee stops the clock for the Shawnee State player down on the deck. And that's either Not sure if you can hear it on the feed, but it's either a very loud vuvuzela or a car alarm in the car park going off. As we will come back, we'll rejoin the action when the action resumes. And you are watching Lady Tigers on the CU Network.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
The family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
As a dad, every day is a challenge. To make sure that the time that I spend with them, it doesn't matter how tired you are, you have to try to teach them. When they learn something new and you can just see in their faces, it's such an incredible moment. It's those moments that are my favorite.
Rejoin us here on the CU Sports Network with number 8 Frederica Natumba staying down for an extended period of time, but it was good to see her leaving the pitch of her own accord. Looks to be some kind of head injury, and it's never nice to see that. Just wishing her all the best. But the show must go on. The ball's played into a dangerous area by Shawnee State, and Riri Sasaki was alive to the situation at hand as she uses her hands to claim the ball. As Kier picks up the ball, spins, drives with pace. She chops backwards, looks to pick up the Mene, spins, can't get a shot off. Fake shot, shifts it onto the right. Blocked by number 21, Robin Drinkwater. And it'll be Kier over to whip this one in with her left foot. It's a flat, low one, but cleared by Roberta. Preslich picks it up, kicks it back out wide, but dealt with by Roberta. I think that is indeed Natumbo rejoining the action. Very good to see. The temperature is slowly dropping here at Finley Stadium. I'm very glad that I've got a jumper on right now because it's getting chilly. Yeah, with 3 around there. She nearly kept possession. It would have been remarkable. I actually need to see. Roberto with a throw in. Just drop back to, she tries to at the line, but cut out by Martin. Content with just working the line here, Shawnee State, but just given to the feet of one of the substitutes by number 24. Sydney Martin just content with clearing their lines there, forcing Shawnee State backwards. A looping ball picked up by Natumba. And Natalie Wolf comes away once more with possession. Said that so many times tonight already. And already there's 5 minutes left, but Lemene's breaking with pace. Can she find Martin on the far side? No, just cut out by Roberta again. She too has had a fabulous performance, but gives away a free kick there. Preslich looking to drop this ball into a dangerous area from this set play. She's gone for goal. Oh, it had the keeper troubled. It looked like she saw it late. Fingertip save, pushed it between the bar and the American football post. And that was close to making it 4-2 the Lady Tigers. Preslich fresh off that free kick. Going out towards the corner flag to cross this one in. Floated far towards the back post. Kia picks it up. She can't quite get it under control as it slips away from her and runs out for a throw-in. And the two Liberians making way for their round of applause from the crowd here.
For your Lady Tigers, number 23, Allison Sakura.
As Alison Sakura comes onto the pitch and Jada Brown as well. The link up for the second goal between Lemene and Kier was something to behold. Truly shows their connection and the connection that the Camelsville team have in general. No. I don't think that is Alison Secura because I'm not sure she's eligible. So I'm not quite sure who number 23 is down there. Shawnee State make what looks to be the final substitution of the evening, with number 22, Angra Wenham coming on to the pitch at that left wing position. Another speculative effort from Shawnee State. The only real shots they've had have been from way outside the box with a very low expected goal ratio. Just flicks off Brown's shoulder out from a throw-in. Won by Bethan Boyle in a dangerous position. But play's been stopped for I think it was from the original tackle from Boyle. There's a Shawnee State player down that seems to be in a bit of discomfort. And the ref signals for the clock to be stopped. And for the remaining 56 seconds, we'll see you after a break here on the CU Sports Network.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to this game between the Bears and the Tigers on the CU Sports Network. It's quite sad to see that with 56 seconds remaining on the clock, probably the Shawnee State's best player of the game, Dan Lewis, has been carried off by two Shawnee State representatives after that coming together between her and Boyle. And I wish her all the best. It's never nice to see. It's a fairly innocuous challenge as well. As that ball is gone for the rest of the game as it rolls along the baseball pitch. But we have a multi-ball system here in play at Campbellsville, so not to worry. As we tick down, it's the final 20 seconds here. The Lady Tigers have had a comprehensive victory once more, scoring 10 in the last 2 games, conceding none.
10, 9,
and they will move
7,
to 3-2 in Mid-South Conference games, putting them in good stead. It was vital for them to win today, and they've done exactly what they needed to do. I think you'd have to give man of the match to Kier once more with her 2 goals. As we can see the goals back, Ivanovic with the ball into the box, and just the defender nods it into her own net. She had to play it, but just couldn't redirect it away from her goal. Nemeni with the ball cut back to Kier, and once she's in that position, she's always going to finish. Making that her 13th for the year. And Samin Chad this time, turn provider for Kier once more. Same outcome. And that is her 14th of the year. And that is what gave the Tigers a 3-0 victory today here over Shawnee State. Next time out, they'll be playing away at the University of Pikeville And then the next time we'll see the Lady Tigers here at Finley Stadium, it'll be against the 6th ranked University of the Cumberlands. So until then, I've been Liam Morgan, and this has been your coverage of today's game on the CU Sports Network.